Welcome back to day 3 of the Lacrosse Australia Senior National Championships here at Angliss Reserve, hosted by the Footscray Lacrosse Club. Lachlan Williams behind the mic here for you once again as we bring you the first game of day 3. We've got Victoria taking on Queensland in some women's action just about to get started. And we are underway, and it's Victoria that take the first possession of the match through Taylor Cometto. Go through the standings of how things look in a second. Victoria make the first attack. Mollison down to Meg Bowen, and the perfect start for the big V. So as it stands in the women's championship table, Victoria sits 2-0. They've knocked off South Australia and Western Australia, so big scalps there, and you'd think that they're likely to feature in the championship contest on Sunday. WA sitting 1-1. South Australia also 1-1. New Zealand played their first match of the event yesterday, going down in a really tight contest to South Australia. In Queensland 0-1 as the VICs pull the trigger straight away. Shaylee Stringer unable to convert there. Yeah, so the Queenslanders have just played the one match so far, so this is their second game of the competition. Really up against it this morning against probably the championship fancy. But plenty to still take away for the Queenslanders and be a really good learning experience, I'm sure, and just find the little wins as Mollison to Sarah Smith. And just as simple as that, it's 2-0 already. Yeah, so the Queenslanders unable to hit the scoreboard in the first match the other day. I believe that was against South Australia, but so little milestones like that, hitting the scoreboard or keeping Victoria to certain targets, that'll be little goals that they can set themselves, and I guess just coming away from it, learning a lot. An opportunity for the Victorians potentially to give some more players game time that potentially might have done so previously. It's a great win in the middle from the centre draw for Queensland. Just a little turnover here though, so it will come back the way of the VICs. And Sarah Mollison gets things back underway. Yeah, so we've seen so far the likes of Meg Bowen in the middle and Taylor Cometto on the wings getting a little bit more of a chance. Cometto stepping up again here. It gets the shot off, and nice finish there from Taylor Cometto for Victoria's third. Yeah, the likes of those three. Shaylee Stringer starting down in attack for the VICs. See that we've got a different goalie in the cage as well today. I believe that might be Molly Dunham from the Newport Lacrosse Club. It's Paige McGibbon spending a bit of time in there so far this week, but rotating through. Down again, enjoying a great start to this contest. Off to Stefanos, gets it back, feeds inside to Mollison. Down to Stringer. Quas now to Cometto, over to Stefanos. Mollison, Stringer. It's like a mini version of Haley Stefanos, Shaylee Stringer. It's a good save there from Ellen Cunningham. Yeah, Shaylee and Haley do have similar characteristics. Drive hard on that bottom right corner and fantastic shooters. Great to watch, both of them. Stringer now uses Stefanos, who kicks to Sarah Molson, now up top to Theo Quas. She's got Stefanos driving that bottom crease, who feeds Molson on the inside. Doesn't like her chances there, so just kicks out to Bound, and they'll reset again here. Stefanos, Quas. Ball movement looking good at the moment for the Victorians. Cometto drops in. Does she get the shot off? Good piece there from Alexandra Much. Just gets the deflection, but they're unable to come up with the ground ball, so the Victorians keep it once again. And a reminder, we are playing shortened quarters for the women today. We saw on Wednesday the men played 12-minute quarters with their 2 games in a day, and it's a similar story for the women today. See a turnover here from Victoria. No, Stacey Wright good enough to find the ground ball and maintain possession here. She'll take it forward for Victoria now. Mollison down to Stefanos. Now Stringer. It's quite a lovely morning down here at Angliss Reserve. The pass just misses on the inside. The chill is just lifted a little bit, and some blue sky above us. A few clouds, but plenty of blue sky. As a feed inside, Stringer just drops the shot in a little short, so easily collected there from Cunningham. Cunningham still walking the ball up. Looks inside to Kashagan, no luck, and good ground ball there from Fullerton. And well won from Queensland. A little turnover here though. Stringer good enough to find the ground ball. Now kicks down to Stefanos. So things have just settled a little bit after the blazing start from Victoria. Just holding sway now, but just settled. They're in no rush to take anything low percentage, really making the most of their opportunities. Cometto rolls inside, big shot here. And a nice finish there from Taylor Cometto. So ball back in the middle now. We've got Rashaan Brady taking the centre draw for Victoria. Up against Lindley Karshagan. Apologies, Lindley, if I've got that pronunciation incorrect, but we'll go with that for the moment. It will go the way of the Victorians, so Brady will kick us back off down to Quas. And just a bit of a wayward one there. You don't see that too often from Theo Quas. Just tried to find teammate Sarah Smith and missed by quite some way. O'Dwyer now running herself into some trouble, so feeds out to the side and Plenty of numbers collapsing here for Victoria, but well done there by Queensland. Karshagan, but intercepted by Smith. Numbers ahead for Queensland, so Smith will just settle. No, she does drive, but takes it behind. Up to Quass, now Brady and Wright. Quass looks inside. Great little two-man play there, but doesn't quite pay off this time. No damage done. They'll keep possession. Has Sarah Smith this time. Now Brady and Wright. Looks like Brady will pull the trigger here. Is she through? She is. She gets the shot off. Nice little piece of pipe or little piece of the goalie stick. Well saved there. So Theo Quass now. Stacey Wright. Likes the matchup, so drives in. Kicks back out to Nellie Mollison. We have a whistle. So Victoria will keep the ball still. Stefanos. Quass. So many times we see that, just nice face dodge, gets in the inside and unable to finish on this occasion, but so many times we see her able to hit the back of the net there. Stefanos. Smith. Now Wright. Brady. Numbers drop off, so she's going to drive in, use that big shot, but well kept out once again. Queenslanders just steadfast in defence at the moment. Brady off to Smith. Down to Stefanos and a little sloppy again, so they've turned it over once more. The problem now for Queensland is, what do they do with the ball here? How do they get it back the other end? So use the goalie in Cunningham. I'd like to see Queensland really get upfield, clear some space. They're just a little congested at the moment, and I think they're going to take some numbers through the goalie, unfortunately. It's going to be a bit of an easy jump here for Victoria if they decide to go. Just numbers very low. That's the problem with turning it over in this part of the field. It's going to come straight back with interest. Hayley Stefanos just one-on-one, kicks to Sarah Smith, and just another missed opportunity. So they could have had a few more on the board at the moment, Victoria, but just missing a couple of chances. Quass down to Stefanos, feeds inside to Sasha Polnitz, but turning over once again, and Race takes it down the field, and just as Queensland had possession in a good field position, that is the end of the first quarter. So good start from Victoria. They lead at 4-0. Queensland holding on in defence, but they're going to need to get the ball up the other end if they're to try and have a bit of a say in this match. Stay tuned and we'll be back with you very shortly. We are back. It's great to see the Queensland team having some fun. Got the New Zealand team over cheering them on. Great to see. And we are underway in the second quarter. Cometto does well to come up with that ground ball eventually. And now down to Nellie Mollison, and straight down, Meg Bound to Sarah Mollison. Stefanos. And fantastic team goal there. Just such great ball movement, moving the ball so quickly. And that driving that bottom right corner. Very hard to stop down there, Hallie Stefanos. And just a reminder, we will be bringing action throughout the day. I believe we have all women's matches on field 1 today, where our camera position is. So next on this ground is West Australia versus New Zealand. That'll be a really interesting contest, I think. As Cometto takes it down, she's got Nellie Mollison by herself. Opts against it, goes herself, and top right corner. Great finish there from Taylor Cometto. Just did all the work by herself. Saw Nellie and said, no, I'll just back myself in and carry all the way, and tidy finish in that top corner. So we did see Western Australia push the Victorians yesterday. They drew level at one stage. I believe it was early in the last quarter, the scores were level. Potentially late in the third quarter. And just fell short. And New Zealand have themselves also had a nearly come from behind effort. As Brady wins that one back for Victoria, but Queensland nearly come up with it, but Stefanos just reads the ball well and picks her pocket. So we'll see New Zealand side looking for their first win after just missing out against South Australia yesterday. Really stormed home late in that match. Brady cleans up the mess there and down to her club teammate and Haley Stefanos. Feed inside to Theo Quash, just missing. We've seen the Vics hustle well on these ground balls so far, but they've turned it over on this occasion. So Lindley Kashagan kicks it down, and they'll get their first look down in their front third, Queensland. Fullerton. Just as we look into the sun. Feed inside to O'Dwyer. Not much luck, but looks like they will keep the ball. And I can't see exactly where we're going to restart from. It is a little wide here, so probably a little bit of a difficult one for their first goal scoring opportunity, but certainly in a good spot. If not to score, at least to maintain possession and keep that ball swinging around. That's unfortunate for Queensland, just turning that one over. Probably a good look there, but it will come back the Victorians' way. Stringer down to right, but they've hustled well, Queensland. Victoria so good on those ground balls, though. Brady comes up with it, misses the pass to Polnitz. Well intercepted there. So it bobbles around in the middle. Right. Long bomb down to Stefanos. Just not quite hitting its mark. So Queensland will come away with it once again. Pressure comes from Stefanos, gets the check clean and wins the ground ball. Stringer down to Polnitz, who uses Nellie Mollison. Off to Steph McNamara, probably the first time I think we've seen her in the action so far today. McNamara has Kirchheimer, but moves to Nellie Mollison, who goes high with Shaylee Stringer, drives hard and puts the shot across her body, but misses just wide. They will get the back up though. Kirchheimer, one of the first times we've also seen her out there today. Or in the mix, should I say. I believe she was down in the defence. Stringer to Stefanos. Feeds inside. Nice look there and a great shot there from Nellie Mollison, but finds a little bit of pipe and just misses out on a fantastic around the back shot. That would have been a great finish. Queensland do get the ball on the restart, but they have struggled a little bit here on the clears. Every time they pass it, there's just blue jerseys everywhere, and they've hustled well again, Victoria, forced the turnover, and Stefanos takes that one down, McNamara. She's got numbers in front of her, so she'll take it behind the cage. Polnitz now Mollison. Over to Stefanos. Hayley Stefanos drives, and fantastic finish there from Hayley Stefanos. Just picked that top corner with precision. It's so dangerous when the ball is in her stick. So I believe for the first time this week, I'm joined by a co-commentator, a special guest, maybe we'll call him. So sitting next to me at the moment, Victorian superstar Lucas Parsons Quintia. Lucas, how are you?
I'm good. Good morning, Lachlan. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. Going well. So we'll touch on your campaign a little bit, mate. We'll just keep an eye on this one in front of us as Victoria lead at 7-0. But how have you found the week so far, mate? It's been, I guess, a difficult one for you in terms of you've had a little bit of a knock, but how are you going and how's the VIC team going?
Yeah, just another hurdle to get through. But the quality of lacrosse has just been definitely up there.
Fantastic, mate. So as Victoria just kicked the ball down, Sarah Mollison uses Hayley Stefanos once again, and so many times we see that.
Beast.
Yeah, so how is your eye, Lucas?
Yeah, it's okay. Got 3 stitches in there, but yeah, it's take a little bit more to stop me. Just got to keep charging.
For sure, Matt. And yeah, we saw the VIC's big win yesterday afternoon or last night.
Mm-hmm.
What was sort of, I guess, the message before that one? It's you were really came out to play as Victoria just heading in here, and Sarah Mollison hitting the back of the net for their 8th. So what was the message there? Obviously, Lee Davis, your coach, wasn't available, unfortunately missing, I believe, the rest of the week. But what was your mindset going into that game?
Yeah, definitely missing Lee was a setback, but we pulled together as a group, and we got 3 brilliant captains out there, and they definitely took the responsibility on.
Fantastic, mate. And what are you making of the other big V that we've got in front of us at the moment? So the girls have looked the goods as well. What have you made of their campaign so far?
Yeah, I love it. They're playing beautiful lacrosse, playing as a team, and hopefully they go all the way through and get the dub.
Exactly right, mate. Well, yeah, for all the Victorians out there, they'd be thinking exactly the same thing. So we're back in the middle now. Bound has looked good in the middle so far. Off to Cometto, now down to Sarah Mollison. Stefanos up to Sarah Smith. Bit of a turnover, but Cometto will keep this one in.
Absolute athlete.
Which one, mate? They're all pretty good.
Oh.
Just missing around the back. They are some fantastic athletes out there, isn't there, Lucas?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. They love lacrosse.
You probably get to see it firsthand here at Footscray. I mean,
yeah.
Quite a lot of these girls play here, or you get to see a lot of the others from Newport. We'll just great ground ball there from Queensland, but unable to keep it. So Sarah Smith will kick it back out to Sarah Mollison. Yeah, so you get to see it firsthand. I guess what is it something that has potentially influenced your game as well? I mean, probably the work rate that you see from them.
Yeah, for sure. Even from a Monday to Friday perspective, every day of the week they're always making sure their bodies are well equipped and ready for the next challenge.
Great feed inside there, and Sarah Mollison says thank you very much. I'll put that in the back of the net. And the VICs move to 9-0 up. So Lucas, tell me a little bit about, so obviously we've got you here for the senior nationals this week, but you're in the Australian Sixers side. Tell me a little bit about that and the process and what you've got coming up.
Well, so after this competition, we have a training session with some of the guys that came out here to Victoria from Australia, and we're going to get together and have a couple-hour training session, just clean up on a few couple of things, and then we fly out on the 30th of June. And head to New York for a lacrosse camp, and really bond as a team and get ready for Alabama.
You must be absolutely excited, like so excited, mate, because like I said, it is a history-making team.
Yeah.
With the Sixers now at an international level, and a great feed in the side there from Thea Quas. Exactly right.
Yeah, there is a lot of stake if we put in a good show and come away with a medal, then down the track it'll definitely pay off.
And probably even bigger, mate, that this is potentially an Olympic format as well.
Yeah.
So it's about putting on a bit of a show as well. And Thea Quas just puts on a bit of a show there herself and puts in another one in the back of the net. We've seen her; she's been in great form the last couple of days, and from the last week, the grand final here. Yeah, so I guess the Olympic format as well. So
yeah,
it's all about that run and gun and having a bit of fun out there, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. You can get really creative out there, considering it's going to be 6 attackers on 6 attackers pretty much. So at the end of the day, it's just going to be who scores the most goals. And yeah, it's really exciting. Really sharp lacrosse. 30-second shot clock. So hopefully there's a lot of action.
Fantastic, mate. And obviously a lot of it does cost some money to get over there, but I believe you guys have got some fundraisers going. So for anyone interested, how can they support you guys and get behind the team to help them a little bit financially if they feel that way? So
you can donate to, there's a link in my bio. You can contact me directly, or you can even purchase a stick from laxgear.com, and $50 comes towards the team as well. So yeah, I think we've raised just under $7,000. So yeah, it's definitely coming a long way.
Fantastic, mate. And that's half time here. So Victoria leading it 10-0 at the main break. Yeah, so for anyone interested, check out those channels, and any coin that he can spare, not just for Lucas but all of his teammates as well, would be much appreciated from those guys, I'm sure. So, Lucas, I might let you go, and we might just take a quick break at halftime here. But thanks for jumping on, mate.
Awesome.
And
thanks for having me.
We'll see you throughout the week, and good luck.
Cool. You got a good view here, by the way.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Right, welcome back to the Victoria versus Queensland women's contest this morning. Third quarter just about to get underway, thanks to Lucas Parsons-Quintiao. Thanks to Lucas Parsons-Quintiao for joining us at the end of that last quarter. Great to get some insights from one of the up-and-coming stars of the game. As Queensland take the first possession of the quarter, but just good pressure defence there from Taylor Cometto, and Warriors are out of bounds. And once again, Victoria keep that ball in their offensive end of the ground. Mollison feeds inside to a cousin, Nellie Mollison, and nice finish there. So bound back into the middle for Victoria. Megan Mollison will be happy with how she's gone out there today, I think. Just another option in the middle. We haven't seen Beck Lane so far today, so I'm just trying to see across to see if I can see her. But plenty of options there for Megan Mollison. The shot just wide there from Cometto. Mollison down to Stefanos. Back up to Sarah Mollison. Feeds inside to Sarah Smith. Defence has collapsed well, but she's made her way through it and found the bottom right corner for another. Her second goal is Victoria moved 12-0 ahead. Sun really shining through now. Beautiful morning for lacrosse. Paige McGibbon back in the cage for Victoria in this quarter. We have had a change for Queensland as well in their cage. Sheilin NG. Apologies. Sheilin, sorry. I think one of the real positives you can take away from this, you can really see the smiles on the Queenslanders' face, and even though the scoreline not quite going their way, they certainly still look like they're enjoying it and having some fun out there. Ball with the Queenslanders, just lost again on that cradle. Was there a push there? No, we're going to keep playing. Cometto looks for the support from behind, finds it in Stringer. Now back to Stefanos, straight back up to McNamara. Has Kwas across the top. The cut comes from Cometto, not given. Feed inside to McNamara, way too much space for Steph McNamara, but great little piece there. Just an edge on the stick to keep it out the back of the net. Stefanos feeds Cometto, but well backed up by Stringer. Now Shaylee Stringer in a perfect spot here. Well collapsed there from Queensland to force the shot wide. And those are the little wins that I mentioned earlier. Just where they might concede an easy goal in that situation, collapsing hard and still working hard to force the shot wide. Things that they can take away from this game. That's certainly one of them there. Brady looks inside to McNamara. Pass misses. Well collected from Wilmot, but just running into huge amounts of trouble once again. Victoria just collapsing so well in defence, but they will be pulled back here. So Wilmot will bring the ball back in for Queensland. Probably need some help down the field, I think. Just a little slow off the mark there, and the Vics do force the turnover. And it's Theo Quass off to Rachel Kirchheimer, down to Rashaan Brady, and they could be away here, Victoria. Brady beats her player inside, feeds Kirchheimer, but can't complete it. Well, swept up by the keeper. And it's a little bit better there, a little bit more space for the goalkeeper, but that pass long down the field. Turned over again. Kirchheimer coming back. Off to Cometto. Just maroon jerseys in front of her, so she'll take it behind the cage, down to Stefanos. Wanted some cutters through, and they don't come, so Kirchheimer now finds herself wide open on the crease. Theo Quass obliges with the pass. And a nice finish there from Rachel Kirchheimer. One forward again from Victoria, straight to Smith. She's got a path straight to goal, but a great save there. Keeps it out, but I think it's going to come straight back. Queensland did find the ground ball, just couldn't keep it. Good check there from Bound. Stringer does well on the ground ball. Carries to X. Now to Stefanos, up to McNamara. A 3-second call here, so just clearing some space for Steph McNamara. Probably got a clear line to goal, but Queensland collapsed well, forced the extra pass. Mollison flicks to Bound, and a nice finish there from Meg Bound. Great team offense there from the Victorians. A couple of players probably could have gone to goal, had a look themselves, but take the selfless option, make that extra pass, and that's what makes a great team. Timeout for Queensland as Victoria move 14-0 ahead with about 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Reminder that we will be bringing you action throughout the day. So up next, Western Australia taking on New Zealand. That starts at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make your adjustments wherever you are in the country or around the world. So it's about in an hour 15 from now. After that match, Queensland will feature again, taking on South Australia. That one's at 2:30. Just a quick look at our goal scorers. That's how it stands so far in this one. Good spread from the Victorians. Bound gets the better of Hodgson on that occasion. Down to Smith. Misses Mollison just slightly. Enough to put the pass down, and the ball trickles into the crease. Collected by the keeper. Queensland will just walk it up now. This ride from Victoria just causing all sorts of problems though. Making life very difficult to bring the ball upfield. Long pass is made. And Queensland will take possession. They'll bring the ball down through Kashagan. Roberts back to Kashagan. She's got to cut her through the crease, but decides to settle and pull it out. To Bledsoe. Just misses the pass, needs to be clean on the ground ball, just can't quite. And I think the Victorians will find this one. No, well hustled there from Queensland. Much tries to move it upfield, but Bound just read that like a book. Down to Stefanos, inside to Nellie Mollison, makes the extra pass to Bound. Another one inside to McNamara. That's fantastic team defence, but I think we've just hit a bit of a pipe there, so fantastic teamwork from the Victorians there, just pass after pass after pass. Couldn't put the final one away. But at 14-0 up, it's not the end of the world. Stefanos looks inside, just misses Bound, but well backed up from Sarah Mollison. We've got a whistle. Off the ball. Bound drives, looks inside, finds Mollison, but just misses with the pass. Ground ball important here for Queensland now. Will they come up with it, the Queenslanders? Don't think they will. So the officials aren't going to split them there, so Queensland will take possession. Not for long, because that is the end of the third quarter. So just the 4 goals conceded there to trail 14-0 at the final break. Victoria will take a comfortable win here, but 12 more minutes remaining in this one. Stay with us, and we'll be back very shortly for the final quarter of Victoria taking on Queensland. back for the final quarter between Victoria and Queensland. Victoria will take a comfortable win here. This stage is just by how far bound. Great again in the middle, down to Sarah Mollison, down to Shaylee Stringer, and in the back of the net. Just like clockwork there. So dominant in that middle position, be able to convert on the fast break. And there's so many talented players for this Victorian team that you can just turn to anybody really to get the job done. And a win in the middle again, and Sarah Smith this time takes it down to Nellie Mollison. Just misses the cut from bound, I think it was. But Sarah Mollison does the backing up. Over to Cometto. Nice roll inside. Defence collapses well, forces the pass back out. Now Smith finds the top right corner. Great finish there from Sarah Smith. Just on the move. Pulling the shot across the body, finding that top corner. Makes it look so easy. We'll do that again. Bit of a change of tactics from the Victorians now. Sasha Polnitz was out on her own, but now matches feet with her opponent. Out the back, Cometto takes possession, down to Mollison. Looks at Cometto, but can't quite complete it. Stefanos. Looks inside on the left. Back out onto the right now. Looks again, and Mollison just as simple as that. Just Hayley Stefanos with that vision to see the cut. Precision pass, and when they come into you like that, in those positions, all you can really do is just say thank you and put it in the back of the net. Brady wins it out the back. Cometto finds the ground ball. Back to Brady, now to Quass. Back to Brady. She's got a whole paddock in front of her. And another one. The first for Rashawn Brady. Too much space for Rashawn Brady on that last play, and said thank you very much. Megan Mollison continuing to rotate the magnets through, so Stacey Wright finds herself in the middle now. Chima comes up with the ground ball down to Polnitz. Back to Cometto. Now back up to Brady, over to McNamara. She's got Wright on the cut. Continues to carry. Cometto finds the player she likes on the inside, but just misses Brady. Kirchheimer are good enough to back it up, and now they've swung the ball back to Cometto. I'm going to say another cut. No, just keeping the ball up high. Cut comes from Polnitz, but Wright keeps possession. Finds McNamara, driving on the left. She gets the shot off, and classy finish there from Steph McNamara. Just able to avoid the contact, keep her hands free, and finish accordingly. Bound back in the middle and wins it forward again for Victoria. Down to Mollison, down to Stacey Wright. Doesn't pull the trigger, just sets it wide to McNamara. And the slow build up again. Smith feeds inside to Kirchheimer. Good save there, keeps it out. But Kirchheimer comes again, back to Smith this time. And she has her fourth of the match. There's just no respite for any defence that comes up against this Victorian lineup. If they miss a pass, they're usually there for the backup. If they send one cutter and it's not there, they'll send another and another until they do. Just threats all over the field. Stefanos in the middle this time wins it and collects her own work. Just misses Shaylee Stringer, but Smith, as I just said, on that backup, does well to support her teammate. Now Kwas, Mollison. Back to Kwas, will she pull the trigger? Looks inside, finds Smith, and great save there, big save, but it's just not too fair. The Victorians just coming up with everything at the moment. Big save there, and the ball just fell to the Vics. Stefanos rolls, low angle shot, misses. Mollison on the backup. Swings to Smith. Now Stringer and Bound. Kwas, head up, beats one, sends it to Bound. Does she get the shot? Hits that pipe. The Vics will back that up and go again. About 2.5 minutes left to play. Kwas. Down to Bound, driving from that bottom corner. A nice finish there from Big bound. Just drove hard on that bottom corner and handy finish. We've got a timeout for Queensland. I'd suggest it'd be our last break of this one with just about 2 minutes remaining. So potentially in this timeout, the Queenslanders might just be setting themselves a little target to try and achieve with 2 minutes to play. What can we do to come away with something that we can tick a box? Maybe it's win the centre draw, maybe it's find the ground ball. Could even be let's still score a goal. It's been a bit difficult. They haven't had too much possession. Maybe it's let's just not concede again. But setting something that they can come away with and say, yep, we're able to do that, and with 2 minutes to go, we can tick that box. But they are against quite an impressive Victorian lineup. Looks like Stacey Wright back in the middle for Victoria. And Tablizzo for Queensland. Right, wins it back to Quas. Streaming down, finds Polnitz cutting down, and a great finish there. Great teamwork. Sasha Polnitz putting away. Great run and carry from Theo Quas. Takes the score out to 22-0. Not that I believe score or goal difference will make too much of an impact on the Victorians. They've knocked off WA and SA already, so they effectively have 1 foot. With this win, I think they probably even secure their spot in the championship match. Right, again, back to Quas, but can't be clean. No dramas, still able to collect the ground ball. Down to Cometto now, over to Stacey Wright, and I guess not a renowned goal scorer, so she'll be pretty excited with that one. Their teammates do get around her. A big smile on her face now, you'll have to see it. So all the twos in the middle, both 22s out there. So it'd be about 10 seconds, I believe, left in this one. Brady wins it back right again. Can they finish one more? Stefanos. She does. And that's He's going to be that. That's full time. Here in our first match of the day, Victoria comfortable winners, 24-0. Queensland are always going to be up against such a quality opposition, but hopefully they're able to come away from that game having learnt a few things and be better for the experience. We might leave you there, and we'll be back shortly, probably about an hour's time, just under an hour's time, for the next contest between Western Australia and New Zealand. This has been Lachlan Williams bringing you the action here. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in just under an hour.